On June 12, the U.S. government hit two of the newest Claude AI models with immediate export controls, forcing a total shutdown for all users. The restrictions targeted Claude Fable 5 and Claude Mythos 5. Because the order was effective immediately, there was no reliable way to verify user nationality in real time. No way to separate domestic from foreign users. The company suspended access for everyone across the board. Now, as of June 30, those export controls have been officially lifted. Starting July 1, Fable 5 returns globally across the Claude platform. Claude AI, Claude Code, and Claude Cowork, Pro, Max, Team, and Select Enterprise plans. Get Fable 5 included for up to 50% of weekly usage limits through July 7, before switching to usage credits. Access on AWS, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Foundry is being re-enabled as quickly as possible. Mythos 5 is also back, but only for a specific set of U.S. organizations, following a government approval on June 26. Both models launched on June 9, sharing the same underlying technology. But Fable 5 had strong safeguards for general use, while Mythos 5 had fewer restrictions and was limited to trusted defensive cybersecurity partners. The government crackdown was triggered by a report from Amazon researchers, who found a way to bypass Fable 5 safeguards using specific prompts. The researchers got Fable 5 to identify software vulnerabilities. In one case, the model produced code showing how a vulnerability could be exploited, but testing showed that many less capable models, including Claude Opus 4, 8, GPT-5, 5, and Kimi K2, 7 could identify the exact same vulnerabilities. When it came to demonstrating the actual exploit, every single model tested produced the same result. This was not a unique capability to Fable 5. The ported technique did not expose any unique Mythos-level cyber capabilities. It reflected a borderline case, accessing routine defensive cybersecurity work. In response, an improved safety classifier was trained with the government to block the specific behavior. It now blocks the reported technique in over 99% of cases. The trade-off is that this new classifier flags more benign requests during routine coding and debugging. The company says it will continue refining the system to reduce those false positives. The Fable 5 and Mythos 5 export controls are lifted, but the events exposed a gap that nobody in the industry had fully addressed. Anthropic says the industry needs a consistent way to assess and fix so-called jailbreaks, techniques that bypass a model's safeguards. Right now, there is no shared standard for judging how severe a given jailbreak actually is. That makes it hard to triage new findings as they come in. Anthropic has started developing such a framework together with Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and other partners in the Project Glasswing program. A common framework would let AI developers launch highly capable models with greater safety and communicate risk levels consistently to government partners. Anthropic also deepening its collaboration with the U.S. government on pre-release testing, information sharing, and joint research. To understand why this matters, look at what Fable 5 was actually designed to do. It launched with the strongest safeguards Anthropic had ever applied to any model. In the month before launch, Anthropic pulled staff from teams across the company to double the number of researchers and engineers working on the safety problem. The approach is called defense in depth. Multiple safety mechanisms layered together, each imperfect on its own, but combined making the model very difficult to misuse. Some defenses train the model to simply refuse dangerous requests. Others retroactively analyze patterns of misuse after the fact. The most important mechanism is a set of classifiers, smaller automated AI systems that watch every interaction in real time. These classifiers detect when the model is asked to perform a potentially harmful cybersecurity task, or when it produces potentially harmful output. When that happens, the classifier blocks the model from responding. The goal is to stop uniquely dangerous behaviors before they reach the user, but classifiers can make mistakes. They sometimes miss dangerous content, and they can be deliberately tricked through jailbreak prompts to compensate. Anthropic deliberately sets classifiers to trigger on requests that are likely benign. They call this the safety margin. A request has to look very clearly safe to avoid triggering the classifier. That means users sometimes get refusals on perfectly reasonable requests. For Fable 5, Anthropic made this safety margin much larger than any prior launch. They knew it would frustrate users, but chose the trade-off to make the model's other capabilities widely available. The order required Anthropic to block all foreign nationals from accessing both models, whether users were inside or outside the United States, because the directive took effect immediately, and there was no reliable way to verify user nationality in real time. Anthropic suspended access for everyone. That meant every single user, domestic and international, lost access to both Fable 5 and Mythos 5 with no warning. Now, as of June 30, those export controls have been officially lifted. Fable 5 returns globally starting July 1 across Claude platform, Claude AI, Claude Code, and Claude Cowork, Pro, Max, Team, and select enterprise plans. Get Fable 5 included for up to half of weekly usage limits through July 7, after which it shifts to usage credits. Access on AWS, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Foundry is being re-enabled as quickly as possible. Mythos 5 access has already been restored for a set of U.S. organizations after the government approved limited access on June 26. Anthropic is coordinating with the government to expand Mythos 5 access to more domestic and international partners in Project Glasswing. The trigger for all of this was a report from Amazon researchers who found a method to bypass Fable 5 safeguards. The researchers prompted Fable 5 to identify software vulnerabilities, and in one case, the model produced code showing how a vulnerability could be exploited. Anthropic's testing revealed something critical. Less capable models, including Claude Opus 4, 8, GPT-5, 5, and Kimi K2, 7 could identify the exact same vulnerabilities. When it came to demonstrating the exploit, every model tested produced the same result, including Haiku 4, 5, Sonnet 4, 6, multiple Opus versions, GPT-5, 4, GPT-5, 5, and Kimi K2, 7. The reported technique did not expose any unique Mythos-level cyber capabilities. It reflected a borderline case for Fable 5 safeguards. The bypass only involved routine defensive cybersecurity work, tasks that are unlikely to be dangerous, but were blocked out of an abundance of caution. Anthropic worked with the government to train an improved safety classifier that specifically targets and blocks the behavior described in the Amazon report. A request to Fable 5 is now blocked. Users get notified, and the request is automatically routed to Opus 4. 8. Instead, the new classifier blocks the specific Amazon technique in over 99% of cases. In rare instances, the model may provide information too general to help an attacker. A trade-off is that benign requests get flagged more often during routine coding and debugging. Anthropic says it will keep refining to reduce those false positives. The safety classifier that triggered a federal export control was designed to be aggressively cautious by default. Anthropic built what they call a safety margin into Fable 5 classifiers, meaning a request has to look very clearly safe to avoid being blocked. The company deliberately set classifiers to trigger on requests they knew were likely benign, blocking some legitimate queries out of an abundance of caution. For Fable 5, that margin was made much larger than in any prior model launch, meaning many more harmless requests would get caught in the filter. Anthropic acknowledged this would frustrate users, but made the trade-off so the model's broad capabilities could be released to the public. The approach is called defense in depth, layering multiple safety mechanisms so that no single defense has to be perfect on its own. Some defenses train the model to simply refuse dangerous requests outright, while others retroactively analyze patterns of misuse after the fact. Most critical layer is the classifier system, smaller automated AI models that watch every interaction in real time. These classifiers detect when the model is asked to perform a potentially harmful cybersecurity task, or when it produces potentially harmful output. When that happens, the classifier blocks the model from responding, cutting off the interaction before any harmful content reaches the user. Classifiers are not perfect. They sometimes fail to catch genuinely dangerous content hiding inside a seemingly normal request. They can also be deliberately jailbroken, where users craft unusual prompts to trick the classifier into letting harmful output through. This is exactly what happened with the Amazon report. A prompting technique bypassed Fable 5 safeguards and got it to identify software vulnerabilities. In one case, the model produced code showing exactly how a specific vulnerability could be exploited by an attacker. The reported technique accessed a borderline case, something unlikely to be dangerous, but still blocked by the safeguards out of caution. What the technique actually unlocked was routine defensive cybersecurity work, not the kind of advanced offensive capability that would make it uniquely dangerous. The government's own testers at the Center for AI Standards and Innovation evaluated both the old and new safeguards and concluded they are extraordinarily strong. Anthropic says it will keep refining the new classifier to better distinguish genuine misuse from legitimate coding requests and reduce false positives over time. If this breakdown helped you understand what actually happened behind the export controls, subscribe for more updates on AI policy and safety. With Claude Fable 5 coming back online within the next 24 hours, get ready to put it to work at scale using Optilink AI Command Center, the all-in-one platform that researches, writes, and auto-produces videos, tutorials, comparisons, infographics, and SEO content on autopilot.